Let me ask you guys.
Yeah.
I was at one of your weddings.
Yeah. I had multiple.
Which one was your favorite?
Yes, we can clarify. We had a small ceremony at our house
Yes.
with a few people.
Yes.
Right.
And then we opened up and had a larger reception
Correct.
with more
Yeah.
people. And
Yeah.
you guys were lovely enough to
Yes.
come to the reception. And that's really felt like the wedding.
Like, was it always how you imagined in your mind? Were you and Taylor of one mind going into it, or did you guys have to like find the compromise together?
I think we were kind of one mind going into it. We knew
Okay.
we wanted to get married at home and keep it small, but then we also like had a lot of people that we loved that we
Sure.
wanted to celebrate with. So
Yes.
I feel like we found a good middle ground.
I got you.
What about
It
you?
was beautiful. We had 2 weddings,
You did?
like almost 2 full weddings,
Wow.
Really?
because
Oh, that's right.
yeah, I think I told you.
I remember.
Let me hear
We
this.
we had like 180 people at our wedding
Whoa!
in Chicago.
Big
in,
wedding.
in Chicago.
Okay.
And we had to cap it because Rachel's family is like hundreds of people.
Sure.
She's lived in this one town. Her family's lived in this one town for like 4 generations.
Were people upset?
Boy.
Oh, bro. When it comes to that guest list, yeah.
Let me tell you,
I've
some
caught
people
some
were
eye.
upset.
Yeah.
Some people were upset. So we had essentially a whole nother wedding in Rachel's hometown. Rachel put the dress back on. We went to a hotel conference room, had a whole nother meal, had dancing, had all of these things.
How close were these 2 weddings together?
A couple of months.
A couple
Yeah,
of
a few months. But it was just hard. Yeah, it was hard to do.
Like, did people know that they didn't make the first wedding?
course.
Oh, yeah.
Of
They were
course
like,
they did. It
they
was
felt slighted.
yes.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
And
So much
I can
energy to
think of
contend.
I can think of one family member on Rachel's side who I don't remember his name.
Okay.
Which is why you were at this. Wedding.
You're table 92,
who
sir.
spent the entirety of that one reminding us that he was not invited to the first one. And
wow.
I of course thought it was
Hilarious.
Hilarious. It's like, this is hilarious. I mean, and what's your name, sir? Yeah. Let me figure out why you weren't there. Well, who are you? Yeah. So it was an interesting. They were all interesting.
Yeah.
They're beautiful. Our first, both weddings were beautiful.
Sure.
I loved our first one better.
We had 2. We sort of eloped in the back of a friend's house. 2 dear friends of ours from undergrad who married each other, just so we've known each other since we were freshmen. They had a lovely ceremony for us, and then we went to the Montecito Inn for a quick little getaway, and then I tested for a pilot. I think I tested for numbers.
Oh.
That's how long ago I got married.
Wow.
And I had tested for like 4 characters and didn't get them.
Come on.
But it was cool. It was
How
very
pissed
cool.
is numbers?
I was going to say, they're
Maybe.
kicking
Now,
themselves.
we couldn't
Maybe.
figure out one part for Sterling Brown.
But it was lovely. And then, as you guys know, I think it was 14 months before we had the
party
larger ceremony or whatnot. But the 14 months in between, my wife gave me a mandate not to tell anybody.
Sure. There was, I think you've mentioned this a little bit. There were some people who did not like the elopement.
Yeah, I think that was Ryan's biggest concern was that, her family would not have been a part of the whole ceremony, et cetera. And so we had about 100 and it was at the back of her parents' home, her parents' 14,000 square foot home, right? That overlooks like this reservoir. And it was really beautiful and pretty. And it was a great party. And I remember as the groom, because her parents had people that they wanted to invite. And there was a certain number that I had to sort of trim back my list, thinking that the fellas would understand. I can't tell you how many dudes be like, hey, man, how come I didn't get to come to the wedding? And I was like, yo, bro, honestly, that's on me. I'm sorry. I was trying to accommodate all these sort of things. But I didn't think the wedding is a thing. That I thought dudes would be kind of like, oh, no big deal. I would go watch the game. They're like, hey, man.
Yeah.
So it was a tough one.
At this stage of my life, I'll put it on the record right now. Anyone who's thinking of me about cutting me off the wedding list, that's fine.
Chris is okay. Not getting that invite.
I'm okay. I'll send something.
I'm
send you
at
something
this
nice.
place now where I look forward to them because there's not as many to look forward to.
Sure.
Sure.
We're
Do you
at
know
an
what I'm
age
saying?
where,
We're at an age
Sure.
now where it's either happened or hasn't happened or whatnot. Now I actually look forward to young people. Like I had an assistant for 4 years, Haley Garrison, who I absolutely adore. like, I want to go to her wedding.
Yeah.
I want to see how that plays out. I'm excited for it. So
A wedding is an interesting thing. It is a microcosm of your life together.
yeah,
Right? It's the really first and maybe only time that all of your family will be in the same
Sure.
place.
Only time, probably.
Both families will
Yep.
be in the same
Yeah.
place. It's a practice in negotiation. It's a practice in boundaries.
Yeah.
It's a practice in like financial planning. It's like all of the little things that you need to be like a successful couple are crammed into one pressure cooker of an event.
yeah,
Yep.
If it ends up being a pressure cooker,
Sure.
it doesn't have to be.
yeah.
And then you just see how the day unfolds.
It is really true. I mean, there's so much. I remember Rye. I was wondering, like, I was like, are you having fun? Because like she has in her mind exactly how she wants it to go.
And if it doesn't go,
And inevitably, it never goes
Sure.
exactly the way that you want it to go. And I think I was like, everybody else was having the greatest time.
Yeah.
She had her ode to her first Thanksgiving, and then we'll get into the episode. So she wanted this outdoor long table where everybody sat down. And it was like,
family tale.
it was
family
like
table.
50 on a side.
Yeah.
Table going
Family
all the way
style.
down, family style. We got up to dance our first dance to Donny Hathaway's Love, Love, Love. And as we're dancing and I'm dipping her, I think God shed a tear or two, and it deluged. Gang, not a sprinkle, deluged. Everybody had the caterers were like clearing the table,
Amazing.
doing all this, because the house is 14,000 square feet. Like we were able to go into like the downstairs of the house and everybody was cool. The waiters and stuff started hanging out plates and it became a house party. And it was great.
I'm sure.
Oh, that's so cool.
Great story.
It was great. Rye, I don't know, thinks if it was great.
Sure.
But everybody
It's a big
had a
pivot,
wonderful
but
night.
that sounds
Big
so
pivot.
fun.
It was cool.
Nice.
It was very, very cool.
We made our wedding cake out of wheels of cheese. We're not big cake people.
Okay.
We had dessert, but
Yeah.
instead, so we had our ceremony, and then we did like a little cocktail hour with wine and stuff and cheese. And so I went to Whole Foods and bought like whole wheels of
Okay.
cheese in descending size, and then the caterer decorated
I
it with
love
like
it.
flowers and ribbons.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then the first thing we did as husband and wife was cut the cheese.
That feels very appropriate.
And
That's on brand.
Yeah,